The truth will set you free. That is a very genuine, very effective statement that invites us to accept the reality of our circumstances, to be decisive, to make those decisions that enable us to step forward, even though we could be terrified about the outcomes that this path will lead us towards as opposed to this path. To look at those difficult situations, even though we are terrified that confronting those demons may shatter things into our faces, things that we are not yet emotionally, mentally, or psychologically ready to deal with. So the statement, the truth will set you free, is very true, but it also does not minimize how scary that truth can be. It doesn't minimize the fact that sometimes the truth itself is a burden that we have to bear once we uncover it. That sometimes we hide from the ugliness of that truth, that mirror and that light that it shines on our shortcomings, our limitations, our mistakes, and everything that we are not yet ready to embrace when we shine that light of truth in our lives. And the reality is that not dealing is also not helping, because those indecisive moments can be so overwhelming. They just keep you stuck, they keep you doubting, they keep you planning every scenario in your mind, and they keep you limited from the potential of solution seeking honesty. We are better off knowing so that we can face life more meaningfully, even if that truth uncovers your shame, your pain, or all the other things that limit you in your mind. And that is the other thing that I want to talk about. Every individual faces that truth in the reality of their minds, in the reality of their individuality. And generally, that is not the actual out in the world truth that faces us. Because other people see you differently. Other situations present differently, but sometimes we are stuck in our own heads based on our experiences, based on our view of self, and based on how we think other people see us. And that truth then becomes a narrative of life and the blueprint on which we function. My name is Aso, and I produce mindset healing and empowerment videos. I use conversations like this to start a discussion that will enhance my growth and your growth and start us talking about things that we don't always talk about or things that can move us one step forward in life. There are two psychological concepts that I want to discuss that really capture this image of truth telling and reality facing. A lot of the times, we assimilate things in life. We process information through a process known as assimilation, which psychologically means that when I learn about things, I wrap them around my view of life. Instead of looking at those things in their individuality, I interpret everything that I perceive through the lens through which I already see life. So if I'm somebody who is pessimistic, who is distrusting, who is self-hating or self-doubting, I will process information that comes to me in accordance to that blueprint, that mindset, and that belief and value set. And that means that I'm not seeing the reality of things, but I'm taking all of that information and analyzing it and wrapping it around my own narrative. You tell me that I did something wrong and it becomes a self-hate thing. It becomes a self-minimization statement and not the honesty of what I did, that quality of work that I did that you're criticizing. You tell me I'm beautiful and I think, yeah, right. You say that to my face, but you're going to turn around and laugh with the other people because I don't see myself as beautiful. And therefore, I don't believe that what you say to me is true. And I go through life interpreting relationships, opportunities, and my own capabilities in that exact same way through which I see me and I see you and I see life. The other psychological frame of mind and way of thinking is accommodation. I am able to step outside of myself and accommodate new information, accept it with a neutral space between what I think and what I know to be true, and what you say to be true, or what I learn and what I perceive from the environment and other people. I'm able to distance my frame of mind and my view of life from that information and dissect it, reflect, analyze, and unpick it and take what may be valuable. That will give me those light bulb moments to think, oh my gosh, I did not know that. I've never heard that before. I've never seen it that way before. Because I let myself get into some other person's frame of mind or view of life. I ask those connecting questions. I ask them to explain themselves when they say something contrary to my expectation or my view of life. I distance myself from it or dismiss that view of thinking, but I accept that it is theirs and it is acceptable for them from their point of view. When you are at that open minded point of life that you can be yourself and learn from others, then you're accommodating to the information that you're receiving from them and how it is influencing you and moving you to a different level, a level of knowledge and experience and connection with people that is not centered around you and your blueprint of life. And that is how the truth sets you free. The truth that may expose your shame and your pain and your limitations without necessarily making you diminished, without necessarily making you want to run and hide and be in denial, without necessarily making you confrontational or feel like the other person telling you their version of the truth is dismissing your own view or your own version or minimizing your own experiences. So, being accommodating puts you in that place where you can accept what is and not necessarily who is, not necessarily what you think, not that reality that sits in your head, but the actual, genuine, everyday reality that consistently is shifting based on the other kind of people that you meet, how they see life, how they interpret it, how they interact with you, and how you consistently shift your own mindset, your own milestone to accommodate that knowledge, to learn and grow and bring it home in a way that meets your own needs, but also goes back out to influence the other people that you potentially meet in your own life.